Hello to everybody.
This is the next movie of the series Cafe Inn. And last time we were in Aceh, Coffee in Aceh. And this is the first one of Coffee in Bali.
And it won't be the last one as far as I think.
Surely not the last one, yeah.
At the moment we discuss a very important problem when we were lying here at the lake.
At the lake.
Drinking beer. Then we discuss one subject.
Yeah.
Because we discuss it for many times since the beginning of the year, and the question is about data. How far are you allowed to use data of persons?
Yeah. Data are the oil of the 21st century.
Yeah, very new sentence.
We always need some catchy things, but true is that you can, with the data of the person, and if you combine that with certain AI programs, you can make a very, very strong discriminating of people, of post-consumers. For example, if the companies know all about your customs and then know how much would you be able and would you be willing to pay for a product, then they can give you a price which they don't give to other one. So there is a sort of a discrimination aspect which could be a problem for the unfair competition.
So you have two sides of the problem. The one side is the competition law and the other side is the data protection law. Because in this case, with the algorithm fixing programs with different pricing, means that they use your data for your disadvantages, even for your disadvantages. So it could be the question whether it is allowed to use your consent for the use and the processing of the personal data to act against your interests. Because they use the data to discriminate you, and they can only do it when there is a justification for it. Otherwise they are not allowed to process your personal data.
Oh, there's the coffee, by the way, yeah. So
now coffee starts.
Actually, is the coffee for that one?
Michael,
yeah. I don't have coffee. I have a smoothie here. No, one interesting aspect is how they get the data, and they could get the data by of course, the social media like Facebook, and maybe Facebook is collecting already long the data of the person, and people think that it's only about the service given by Facebook. No, it is collecting data for a future market, for a market of data, giving the data to other companies, and then diversify the prices in markets. So this market is not yet developed, it's starting to develop yet. So always think, whatever data you give them to Facebook, to Instagram and so on, would be later used maybe for discriminating. And that is maybe the problem for the later interpretation, whether it is lawful or not lawful.
And when you decided, on the basis of the decision of the European Court of Justice about Facebook, and that you need consent for the use of cookies, it means that when you give your consent, and now you have to give your consent, are they allowed to use your data collected for a specific reason for such pricing? Because you can't see when you give the data to them that they will use it in this way in the future. So the question is, how long are they allowed to store it, and what about the reasons to store that, and coming to the regulation and coming to the rules they're giving to you, whether they have to inform you about every data processing act, so even to decide their pricing on it.
Yeah, and that is one of the aspects we don't have yet the answer. So this is much in a discussion. And the second aspect for the future will be in the combination with that big data, the combination of big data with artificial intelligence programs which adapt the prices very fast without any influencing of an individual in the companies. It will be automatically. So there's two aspects. The company can say we did not do that, it was our algorithm doing it. And the second aspect is we have a lack of transparency and a lack of, let's say, a disequilibrium in the information between the consumer and the companies who use this big data before collected. So you see there is a general problem made by several aspects like data protecting, like unfair competition, like antitrust law, because pricing is also an antitrust law aspect. And maybe in the next movie we will discuss about which are possible solutions for that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because now it's coffee in Bali.
Coffee in Bali.